Welcome back to R.age.
That's right. This segment we're going to be talking about technology and iPhones, touch phones.
Yes, that's right. As we all know, the long-awaited iPhone has hit our shores about 2 to 3 weeks back through Singtel.
Okay, but wait, before we continue on, there are some comments that came on through the web for Brian.
Not for me, for both of us. What are you talking about, man?
Okay, so it says, Firewire says, wow, two handsome
guys on set at the same time. What are the chances? Wow.
Okay, Yaya Papaya also adds that cool game reviews, good job, man. Okay, we're gonna try to aim one game every week. As you know, like playing games is very taxing sometimes.
It's very taxing,
Yeah.
and plus we have to cover events. You have to go go to like nightclubs and oh man, my job sucks, man.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Okay, so anyway, back to the touch phones.
Okay, yep.
Not only that, it seems that a slew of new phones featuring cutting-edge technology has come our way. Okay, I think the two main contenders are the HTC Touch Pro and the Samsung Omnia. Okay, which we have here today.
Okay. Well, that's
HTC
right.
Touch Pro?
The HTC Touch Pro. Yep.
Omnia.
This is the HTC Touch Pro right here.
And this is the Omnia.
Samsung Omnia.
Okay, maybe we just unlock it so people can have a brief look at the screen.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, that's right. The HTC Touch Pro, this one right over here, okay, is a internet-enabled Windows Mobile Pocket PC smartphone designed and marketed by High-Tech Computer Corporation of Taiwan. It has a 2.8-inch touchscreen with left-side slide-out QWERTY keyboards, and the Touch Pro's functions include those of a 3.1 megapixel camera phone, a portable media player, and uses the Microsoft Windows Mobile 6.1 Professional.
Okay, the Samsung Omnia, on the other hand, also uses the Microsoft Windows Mobile 6.1 Professional, but has a 3.2-inch touchscreen and a 5 megapixel camera. So while both offer internet services including email, instant messaging, web browsing, and local Wi-Fi connectivity, the Samsung Omnia is the first Windows-based DivX certified phone on the market, and the fourth Samsung mobile to achieve DivX certification.
Cool. Okay, well, before we go on, let's take a look at the Samsung Omnia's ad on its features and the HTC's Getting Started video showing off its TouchFlow 3D. So let's roll that.
Okay, so Brian has the Samsung Omnia and I have the HTC Touch Pro.
That's right.
What's going to happen is that we're going to play the same clip. It's the same file format and everything. And you just see the difference yourself. Okay, Brian, ready?
Let's go. On 3.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so
first question, why Guinness? No, just joking.
Okay, no, but we also want to find out what concerns the everyday man.
Yep.
So we're gonna next test out the messaging. Okay, so Brian, what I like about the messaging, right, for the HTC Touch Pro is actually because of the slide-in, slide-out QWERTY keyboard. Okay, for mine, like, because I have fat fingers, like, this makes it a bit easier to press as compared to, like, other touch screens that are phased. What about you for the Omnia?
Well, the Omnia, I find it very different that they have actually a QWERTY digital keypad. It's not like your normal SMS type where 1, 2, 3, ABC. So it's QWERTY, but I just think it's too squashed up. If it had a physical QWERTY keypad like that, then maybe it would have worked. I'm not saying that you can't still SMS on the Samsung Omnia, but it's just that much harder.
Cool.
Yep. Yeah, well, they both look quite impressive. So, I mean, Daryl, tell me what's the feedback that you found out.
Okay, well, I sort of trawled the net, and ZDNet did state that while the HTC was a very well-designed phone. Its QWERTY keyboard, a huge plus factor. The Omnia had a full range of wireless features, like haptic feedback also, improved text input methods, and navigation software. Excellent battery life also. But some apps may not work properly as the finger scrolling was not consistently implemented. And the use of the micro SD slot requires battery removal.
Yep. Online site Phone Reviews said they prefer the Apple iPhone 3G because they use them at the moment and know what to expect from them. However, they do prefer the look of the HTC Touch Pro, and I do, and the Samsung Omnia's raw processing power. Their advice: let the specs speak for themselves.
Yep. Unwired.net compared the HTC Touch Pro's 3.1 megapixel camera and the Samsung SGH i900 Omnia 5 megapixel camera, which makes it the first available Windows mobile smartphone in the 5 megapixel class. Okay, please note that both the Touch Pro and the Omnia spot photo LED for night shots. They did conclude that in terms of usability, they preferred the Samsung Omnia, but because they offered a dedicated shutter button on the right side of the device, which works if if it's held like landscape. So it's like a traditional camera shutter. But then the Touch Pro, it gains a physical keyboard, it loses 4 gigs of memory, which will be a fair trade if, a proper smartphone, you're looking for a proper smartphone, to send out reams of text and emails and all that. Also, the HTC seems to be listening to the consumers, taking the early negative criticism of glossy back and slow firmware on board and making the necessary adjustments. So both are good phones in their own right.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, we tested it ourselves using a simple test for day-to-day use. Take a look, guys. So I guess we're not taking a look at that.
I think it was the one, the messaging one. Okay, so I think after all that, the weight of the
well, this is basically day-to-day use. You're trying to say like, boom, there you go, day-to-day use.
Okay, but how do you feel like, you were using it like, how would you...
Okay. I like the Samsung Omnia. Both of these phones are sort of like touted to be like iPhone killers,
right.
like iPhone killers, whatever. I mean, iPhone is good. I think the HTC Pro is really good, and the Samsung is but I guess it all depends on what kind of lifestyle you lead. I think this is really more like a professional looking, like the yuppie sort of like has his phone. The iPhone is a little trendy, but the HTC Pro is more of like the business kind of guy.
Because you get like the slide out keyboard and it's also very solid. Like when Bryan first got a hold of the iPhone, he said like, the Touch phone, Touch Pro, he felt like this was a solid phone because it's what, 165 grams?
Yep. I mean, I'm used to having like big things in my pocket, but the thing is that after a while, right, this sort of, it gets to you, with this whole bulk. Not many people are for the bulk.
That's right. Okay. Also, for the Omnia, okay, a lot of people do like it because it's slim, and there's also a lot of raw processing power.
I mean, the Samsung Omnia has sold me because I do tons of like multimedia stuff on my phone. I mean, I need the memory space, the processing power. And wait, wasn't there like another phone we wanted to review?
Oh, yes. Okay, how could we forget presenting the iPhone?
Hi, iPhone.
Okay, let's take a closer look.
The iPhone.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's take a shot of the iPhone. Wow! Woo!
Okay, on top of looking like the iPhone, it also has an extra letter. It also features dual SIM, multi-touch, a handwriting panel, 512 megapixel T-Flash card, which the iPhone doesn't have.
Yep.
And the slogan is, get this, innovation changes the future. Okay, we did a short like a iPhone comparison, didn't we?
Yep, we did.
Take a look.
Please take a look.
Okay, so what we have here is the iPhone and the iPhone. We'll tell you more about the iPhone later, but we are just going to briefly get you into the SMS functions. So, okay, Bryan, let's unlock the iPhone and the iPhone. Okay, Bryan has the iPhone and I have the iPhone.
If you can't already see.
Yeah, if you can't already see. It's quite similar, okay? Okay, let's start an SMS. Okay, so yours has a pretty classy look. How about mine?
Your GUI, your graphical user interface
It's
isn't
slightly different.
It looks like a 8-bit computer.
Oh, but this one is like that.
Oh wow, it has QWERTY.
Yeah, it has
Very good.
QWERTY. But I think one of the things is that it types in Chinese, Mandarin. So it's a bit difficult. Plus, the way it's written also.
And what kind of fonts does the iPhone use?
It uses a very, very distinct font. Which
Is it Times New Roman?
That's right.
Times
It's
New
a
Roman.
very, very distinct Times New Roman.
You know you're getting quality when your computer has Times New Roman
And
fonts.
plus, look at the 6 is a bit blurred as opposed to like your numbers.
My numbers right here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can see the sort of small difference there.
Just in graphical power.
Well,
So is yours easy to message with?
it's I haven't managed to type out a decent sentence yet with the iPhone, but I've tried the iPhone. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Maybe it takes a very different person to type a proper SMS on the iPhone. Okay.
Here you go.
Yeah, that's all the time we have
Let's
for
say
you today.
bye to the iPhone.
Yeah, the iPhone says bye.
Bye, iPhone.
Okay, it's from China, by the way, and you know, it's a good step in innovation. You know, you have to
It
admit.
builds the future, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Okay, so for every tech and gaming episode, we also have a cool gadget of the week. So we're gonna show you the cool gadget of this week. Okay, the cool gadget of the week.
Okay, if you ever flown with a laptop before, you know what a pain it is to have to go through airport security. There you are, standing in line with all of your carry-on luggage, and then you're forced to take out your notebook simply because airport security needs a clear view of your notebook. Well, Targus has a new laptop case designed to specifically address this problem. It's called the Targus Zip True 15.4-inch corporate traveler laptop case, and it's the first in Targus's line of checkpoint-friendly laptop cases.
Yep, the first TSA compliant case. Okay, the Zip True 15.4-inch corporate traveler laptop splits wide open. Okay, it allows a full top-down view of the laptop as it's scanned, so there's no need to unpack and repack. Okay, Targus consulted with TSA on the design, so we'd guess that they're on board with like the whole thing. It's also one of the lightest laptop cases around at only 3.74 pounds, and it uses the company's patented SafePort air cushion system for protection. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, but chances are, people will still stop you. You know, TSA, they'll still stop you and they'll be like, hey, that's a gimmick, take out everything.
If they haven't seen the ad, they won't know that this is like
that's true.
travel safe, you know?
But I still think it's a very good idea. Very cool gadget.
Cool gadget, yep.
So that's all we have for you for this week's
Tech and games, so we'll see you next week with more games and more tech. See ya! Fireball!